week 1 of the playoffs edition of Bucks Weekly, also known as week 11 of the season. The Bucks are coming off of a 49-6 victory over the Ansonia Tigers last week. Andy, give us a quick rundown of how that game went out.
Well, Mr. Dunn taught me a long time ago that the team with the most points wins, and that was us.
Coach, last week we had kind of a letdown when letting Ansonia score. What kind of leadership does it take to bounce back from that and still play a complete game?
Oh, I think our kids got it. You know, we got after them, challenged them a little bit, and you know, they got some penalties on us, and that's no excuse. We told them that. You know, who cares? You're down the goal, and they cannot get penalties and get in the end zone. You guys have to stop them. So, you know, we did expose some weaknesses for us. Actually, Ansonia did a good job, you know, scheming and getting in the end zone themselves. So, gave us things to work on. We came out in the second half and really shut them down. So, I think our kids responded exactly the way we wanted them to and handled it. You know, and you talk about the leadership thing. That's one thing we do have going for us. We've got quite a bit of leadership. So, you know, they took that seriously and personally and got the job done.
If you win all your regular season games for 4 years in a row, Mr. Dunn confirms that will be 40 wins and 0 losses. That's an achievement that this year's senior class has accomplished. So we talked to those boys to see how they felt. I'm here with this year's football seniors with a few questions to ask them. Guys, if I could get a couple of you to answer, what's the toughest part about going 40-0?
The toughest part about going 40-0 is that, you know, every team's going to go out there and give us their best shot because, you know, we're always on top, and you know, it's hard to not have a bad night in 40 games.
I'd have to say handling Dalton's excessive gas.
I have to say showing up to practice every day and always having to do hits because Chance can't catch a pitch.
Another question for you guys. Can a few of you give me your favorite individual memories of playing at Smithfield over your careers?
I would say last year, me and Dalton pancaked the lineman of the year. We played Buccs. That was my favorite memory.
My favorite memory has to be is where I caught my first varsity touchdown. My favorite memory would have to be walking Austin Miller's parents on senior night.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to this weekend. What should we look for out of our opponent this week?
Well, they're hard-nosed. You know, believe it or not, they actually throw less than we do. So the game will be over probably about 8:30. It's going to be a lot of running and smash-mouth football. You know, they don't have a lot of kids, but the ones they do have are good. They're big up front. Maybe you know, not quite as big maybe as Trail and South. Those guys are huge, but they're right up there with them, and they've got some good physical linemen and a couple of really good running backs. They're probably the best we'll see this year. Or have seen this year up to this point. You know, both of them, when they turn their shoulders and get north and south, they're a load. So we got to play disciplined football and try to make them run east and west.
So is there anything special we should see from Covington this weekend?
No, we're just going to do what we do. You know, I'm not a big believer in trying to invent something for an opponent. So you know, we just got to do what we do and do it better. You know, at the end of the day, you got to execute your offense, your defense, special teams, and just play with unbelievable effort, and you're going to be fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mark.
That'll just about wrap it up for this edition of Bucks Weekly. Remember, this Saturday night, the Covington Bucks take on Portsmouth Notre Dame. Broadcast times at 6:45, kickoffs at 7 o'clock sharp. Check the Bucks Radio Facebook page for updates during the game and GoBucks.com for all the latest information. For Andy Johnson and Steve Dunn, I'm Martin Listeners, and we'll see you later.
Go Bucks.